I'm here to present what I learned from my self-reflection, managerial and leadership skills gotten from my Indigo analysis. The assignment is divided into two parts. I will start by talking about the first part before going to the second part. The first part entails analyzing what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses and how I can improve on my weaknesses. As you go through the slides, everything was majority was presented in a table. So in analyzing my strength, my first strength is I like to ask questions, get the correct answers. I desire to learn more. Secondly, thirdly, I don't like to overlook things. I like to question others. Why was something overlooked or why was an assumption made? Fourthly, I tend to take accurate decisions based on data that I have gathered, and I also desire continuous learning. In summary, I could be said my mantra is it's not business, it's not personal, it's just business. Now, taking based on my mantra, my first weakness will be over reliance on rationale. I sometimes forget that human beings are more emotional. So one of my weaknesses is over reliant on rationality. So I need to prioritize emotional intelligence as a way of improving this weakness I have. Secondly, I tend to view transactions, human beings as just transactions, just view people as primary numbers and not building strategic relationship. One of the ways to solve this problem is to build strategic long-term relationship with people. Always remember that investing in people, you're only as good as your network. So your net worth is only as good as your network. Now, I'm also skeptic in terms of helping people because which might make me appear to be selfish, but no, I just believe I could be doing something more productive. But I think the way forward is to be able to view investing people or kindness as social capital investment. I'm also a little bit uncomfortable with ambiguity. I like things to be clear and structured, but I need to become more adaptive. So the strategy to improving on this is become more adaptive, build more adaptive muscles to be able to change or be able to switch or adapt to changes. And finally, because I tend to just view business as business and emotion as emotion, I'm kind of rigid once I get my data, which is not good because we live in a dynamic environment. So I must be able to um, develop a bias towards experiments, towards allowing or accepting change quickly. The second part, this part analyzes my managerial skills. How is it relevant to leadership, description of these skills, and its application in future businesses? So we start. I keep emotions outside business, which is very good for leadership because it enables me make strict business decision void of emotions. I'm able to prioritize business, overcome sentiment. It's very important for my future businesses because I'm able to, or I will be able to negotiate tough business decisions, tough business contracts. Secondly, I view people as resources, which is very important because it drives productivity in terms of leadership. It could best described as performance-driven leadership. How this will be important or impact my future businesses because I'm able to combine both my human capital and my other resources to yield the highest profit as possible. Most importantly, like I have mentioned before, I love to gather information. Now, this is relevant because in leadership, it's important to have the right decision, the right data to make important decisions. Now, this can be best described as the ability to make risk-free or less risk-prone decisions. So it is very important for my future business because I'm able to design quick market entry plans that are void of risk and also customer profiling and making my customer the center of my business. Now, another of my leadership skills that, or one of my traits, it's the desire for knowledge. It's important to always build. So every leader, this is relevant for leadership because having a reflective mind of growth is very important because it helps in terms of learning long and it will be applicable in my future business because I'm able to be a leader that is thought thinking, forward thinking for both my customers and my future employees. Another of my traits is I value consistent systems, which is important for leadership because it drives scalability and it also helps me create a repeatable operational process. In terms of process orientation leadership, that is the best description for it. For my future business, I'm able to build standard of operations for any business I go to, which is very important because that means there's a standard for every every business flow, which allows for consistency in productivity. And also, I'm always able to design a customer playbook to ensure that each of our products or my future product will be customized to my customer's need. Finally, I'm able to now I focus more on positive customer experience. That is making sure that my customer have the best experience they can have. Now, this is very important to leadership because it's able to build brand loyalty or customer loyalty and repeat business. So in my future, so it can best describe as being a customer-centric leadership. Now, for my future business application, it's important because I'm able to design customer's touch point. That is, design product that will suit every customer's need. Now, the second part of the assignment is to compare between the Indigo result for 660 and that of 62 and see where there's a contradiction. So I have picked out certain categories that I'm going to run with. The first category is the emotional detachment. For 660 and 622 remains the same. I keep emotions out of business. I don't mix business with emotion. For helping others, I still kind of project myself unknowingly as a selfish person, which I'm not, but I'm beginning to learn to invest in people or see investment as a way of building strategic partnership that will yield great business success. Another one is information gathering and knowledge seeking. I still seek knowledge. I still like to gather knowledge, and the result is constant for both 660 and 622 because both results shows that I like to make most of my decisions based on knowledge or data that I have gathered. Now, furthermore, system oriented, I find security in consistent system for 660. That's what I got. For 622, it says I focus on creating process for long-term efficiency, which is the same. So the result in terms of system orientation for 660 and 62 remains the same. However, I can run down through efficiency focus and environment. For efficiency focus, my interest is increasing productivity. That's the result for 660. For that, for 622, I'm sensitive towards wasting time. So I like to focus on productive move. The result remains the same. But what differs between both of them or significant is my focus on customers. Initially, in the 620 results, what I got was considered the totality of situation for rewarding interaction. But now I look for ways to create positive customer experience. Evidently, I have grown because now I now believe that positive customer experience increases brand loyalty and increases repeat businesses. This is the fundamental difference or the fundamental growth or the discrepancy between my 622 Indigo result and my 660 result. Thank you. So in conclusion, my Indigo report indicates that I possess key quality for building resilient, efficient business. Thank you.